Maybe a fire alarm or something went off, huh? One lady yelling, "How short are you?"
横綱豊昇龍、露払い宇良、太刀持ち平戸海、行司は式守伊之助であります。
The Yokozuna can't have an attendant if they're fighting against them that day. It's happened a few times. I think it's Hoshoryu has Takeyasu sometimes, but the day they're fighting, they can't. Like, he gets a different one because you can't have a person you're fighting that day be your attendant. What is the Tanoi announcement?
お客様のお呼び出しをいたします。宮崎秀樹様、宮崎秀樹様、総合案内所までお越しください。本日は来場くださいまして誠にありがとうございます。皆様にお知らせいたします。大きな写真は合わせず、かかる指示に従って行動していただきますようお願いいたします。他のお客様にお知らせいたします。有事地およびチケットの画面などでご案内していますが、
Oh, yeah, I never heard that one before. What up, Trial? Senshi? Hoshoryu gets Chirunumi. It's fine. Gu no Yama versus Onosato. That should be good. Kirishima against Anonymous Takanosho. Tommy Fuji against the Giant Killer. Now Nishiki versus Yoshino Fuji. That's a tough one. Lorraine, you're a dedicated Kirishima hater, man. Here we go. Mini. Guys, we got 2 YouTube viewers now too. We're rolling in the views, baby. Why can't you stand Kirishima and the Yokozuna talks? This song's become such a bop to me. Just, I've heard it too much. Woo, woo. All right. You think it's stolen valor? You'll have a chance to prove you here. Guys, the 2 YouTube viewers left. Like, I don't like the way you were talking about us. Yeah, you can only really win the matches you're put against, you know? Ones you're up against.
技と心で見せる相撲解説粋の極みこと豊ノ島さんです。よろしくお願いいたします。はい、よろしくお願いします。昨日と全く同じ顔合わせ、そして全く同じお召し物で登場でございます。いや、そうですね。まあこれはすごい好評だったんですよ。結構コメントの方でもすごくいいと可愛いと言われたので。Dude, they do outfit of the day for this guy every time. 連続だったからこれを置いていったわけじゃないですよ。ですよね。いやちゃんと。今日は違うのにしようと思ったけどすごく好評だったんで、ただ昨日帰る時の荷物はすごく軽かったです。あれ、はい、
Oh, guess what, guys? I messaged World. I'm like, hey, my audience likes you. I will raid you for the next 12 days or whatever if you're live at like 6 p.m. Korean time. That's all. Have a nice day. Is she really? Do you think it worked? Yeah, I threw you guys under the bus. Hell yeah. まあそうですね。見てるこっちもホッとしましたしね。まあ本人が一番ホッとしたとは思うんですけど、まあ良かったんじゃないですかね。実に5ヶ月半ぶりの白星。I was tired of these terrible raids, dude. Sometimes you got to make things happen, you know? 改めて昨日の取り組みなんですが、はい。そうですね。立ち合いとかやっぱりまだちょっとこう。Someone let Tombstone know. Tombstone, get in here. The yoga one wasn't live, man. That's like the key. You got to be live. So hopefully we have some good raid material today. You can do it if you want. I feel kind of bad because her profile said no DM, so I did break the rules. 昨日は勢いのある振りの川に敗れました。まあそうですね。ちょっと。But yeah, after the yoga disappointment, and then what was the one before that? Like the diva therapy. It just, I just really hasn't lived up to my hopes and dreams. Oh, such a good match here. I cannot believe Fujinakawa won. The faces in the background are so amazing. Ideal crowd watching scenario. No, my chakras aren't aligned at all. At all. We're not gonna get baited into doing kimono count today, by the way. You don't like climb almost to the top of Mount Everest and then try it again the next day. Yeah, they're like totally out of line. Someone told me I should meditate. I was like, no, that's I got very toxic masculinity about it. What up, following? 連敗は絶対避けたいところですから。はい。さあ、そしてもう一人気になる霧島に関してはいかがですか。あ、霧島いいですね。Nice job, Kante. Good job. まあ
You got home from your job in Germany making simulations. I understand. Farm Simulator 2027.
ね、まあ、相手に前に出ました。
いい相撲ですね。やっぱりしっかり前に出て立ち合いね、しっかり踏み込んで相手の出足を止めたいと思ったんですけど、それをね自分からどんどん前に出ていってね、本当に期待できますね。今場所。
昨日は下がらない相撲でした。先場所は優勝。
Talking shit today? Like, dude, what do you think? I talk shit every day, Lorraine. It's kind of my bit. It's kind of my bit. You can always go to Midnight Sumo if you want milk toast. Like, that exists. All right, here's an update. We got one YouTube viewer. We're back. We got one person. We got one person. Lorraine, go watch the guy with 5,000 viewers and be a normie, all right? Cathay, your mom was a confirmed Tylenol enjoyer. We get it. We get it. Guys, I know I never do anything political, but I have to mention this. Yeah, I'm streaming on YouTube now. I'm co-streaming. So if you were here yesterday, it crapped out, right? And what I think is what it was overwhelming my my VPN. So I have isolated OBS from the VPN. So this should lead to better performance. This should lead to better performance.
ミラースホールディングスはアベマ大相撲ライブを応援しています。
Dude, I briefly thought I had sent the wrong at here, like in the wrong server. Yeah, so we're streaming not through the VPN anymore, which I think should make it more stable. We got the Viber connection, we upgraded the PC. We're doing everything we can, and we're multi-streaming to Twitch and YouTube. I prefer you, if you can watch them both, I prefer you watch on Twitch, because then you can chat. I don't even get YouTube chats. Like, you want to see my YouTube chat window it gives me? Hang on, can I take a photo of this? I don't want to, like, give up my key or whatever. I think this is fine. I'm going to screenshot this. Yeah, I think this is fine. Okay. Oh, up to 2 viewers. It didn't get in the screenshot, though. You guys have to trust me. I have one more viewer. She lives in Canada. You wouldn't know her. Anyway, that's what I see. You can see the chat on the side there, right? All right, Bat Jargal here, baby. If you don't know, Onokatsu's real first name is Bat Jargal. And he's never lost to Sadanumi, who's coming up from Juryo. He's today's Juryo pop-up. Quantum PC at 100 subs? I think I had the most subs. Well, I think I had probably near the most subs I've ever had yesterday, just from the 2 10 spots plus the regular subs. So we're getting close to the Quantum PC. All right, Onokatsu on the right. Not having a good start. Neither is Sadanumi. Sorry, Onokatsu left, Sadanumi right. Sadanumi down, ready to go. Onokatsu taps and goes. Getting pushed back by Sadanumi. Onokatsu just doesn't have a lot of drive at all. Goes for the throw, goes for the pull. Onokatsu does. Sadanumi walks him out. You know, Onokatsu got hurt a basho or 2 ago, and I think he still is. He has no drive at all. He's 0-4 now. My man, Bat Jargal, going to drop back down to Juryo. I don't know what's going on with him. You guys have seen this, right? Like, he just, no drive. Big Sadanumi fan. I like it. I always like when you guys root for like a lesser appreciated wrestler. I may not be an Ichi Yamamoto fan, but I'm glad that some people are. Anyway, nice win for Sadanumi. Gets his first win in Juryo, but actually in Makuuchi. Shishi coming up.
そうだから玉鷲と佐田の海だけです。
Ooh, against Kazuma. This is going to be a good one. Two big boys. I wonder if they fought before. Maybe not. Yeah, because Shishi's been up here for a long time, and this is Kazuma's debut. Is it... How do they say it? Is it Kazuma or Kazuma?
まあ佐田の海はお父さんも元小結でありました。3連敗からの白星でございました。さて、アベマ大相撲ライブ。今日は昭和生まれの豊ノ島さんと共に。
Come on, announcer, say it. Kazuma?
土俵は獅子とカズマの対戦です。
Yeah, Kazuma. Okay, yeah. Kazuma is more fun to say, to be honest, but Kazuma, or we'll try to get it right. What about Appleseed? I do love that Ichi Yamamoto has like a shrine to Wakataka Kage. It's like a whole bit. They must have a deal with Kazuma and Fujiryoga because they interview them every day. They're like, are you under 6 foot tall, over 400 pounds? We will interview you every day. Kazuma, I like it. I like it. We might make that happen. What was that Microsoft iPod competitor that never really took off? Was it the Zune? The Zune, yeah. Kazuma versus Shishi. Never fought before. Kazuma's had a good start. He's 24, so he's definitely a Zoomer, right? Zoomers are like what, like 29 or 28 and younger? Something like that right now? Shishi is tied for the tournament lead right now, by the way. Interview. Zoomers are 14 to 29, so yeah, he's Kazuma for sure.
新入幕カズマ、先ほどインタビューにございましたけど、怪我をしまして、序の口に番付を下げていたんですけども、膝の怪我から復活してずっと勝ち越しを続けました。7場所連続勝ち越しでこの幕内に入ってきたわけです。
I don't really know anything about Asmongold. I know he's a streamer, but I know people talk about him. I've heard about Hassan, because I know Hassan, I know Destiny. I have a rough idea of what they are and what they stand for. But I'm so out of tune with like streamer culture. I really should just start a beef with them. That's how you like become big as a streamer. You just start a big beef with someone. All right. Kazuma versus Shishi, never fought before. Shishi on the right, from Ukraine. Kazuma on his debut in the top ranks. Shishi's been fighting well, 3-0, but so is Kazuma. I want to see how they handle it. Okay, Shishi going to the side. Okay. Awkward. Okay, an awkward win for Shishi. I had no commentary. Do you know the Family Guy Star Wars where Han Solo slowly lists to the left? That was sort of that match. You're just sort of slowly listing to the left, Shishi, and yet it won. It won. I was ready to call out the action, and then I realized the action was just Shishi going sort of to the right. No, he didn't Henka. This was like a hitch that Shishi had last tournament, and I don't like to see it. He did win, I know, but like he would go to one side every time. And his opponents really started abusing it. So I'm actually happy to see it from a Shishi perspective. If I was his coach, I would not be happy to see it. But he won the match. Small man sumo. Ask Koryu versus Nishiki Fuji. Yeah, the emotional support tape is always concerning. I remember when Abby just had a back full of emotional support tape.
対戦相手はしんどいんじゃないですか。
Nishiki Fuji has the record here too, 5-1. Right, Lorraine? Yeah. 5-1. I normally try to say a person's Twitch name, even if I know what their other name is or their real name or whatever. But for Lorraine, saying living Hitakiri is just a real pain in my ass. Sorry, my anus. So I say his real name, but like I'll say like Joel on here, even though I know who Joel is elsewhere, and would call him something else most of the time. So most people I do that for, but Lorraine, I don't want to say his stupid Twitch name.
さて幕の内前半の取組です。土俵は朝紅龍錦富士の対戦です。小兵同士の対戦が組まれました。2勝1敗です。コメント欄も開いています。
All right. Nishiki Fuji has Asakoryo's number. I think we got one more turn here. Yeah. I go by Inbreds United other places. I don't know that we need to know that, follower, and I was happy not knowing this information. You don't have to share everything in your life.
なんとなくそんなイメージですけどね。小兵なイメージですか。はい。自分あんま小兵、まあ大きい方とは思わないですけど、小兵なイメージはなかった。
You guys friends with any chronic overshares? Really not a thing I'm a fan of.
なんとなくやっぱ130キロ台とかがまでが小兵な。まあでも自分も自分は身長が低かったせいで。
So we got Nishiki Fuji on the left, Asakoryu on the right. Asakoryu, terrible record against Nishiki Fuji. But we've been pulling for him. We support small man sumo. Nishiki Fuji won 5 of the 6 they've met. Here we go. Asakoryu has such an interesting stance when he starts. Oh, Asakoryu almost Henka, but didn't quite get it. Nishiki Fuji walks him out. The worst thing you can do in sumo is the half Henka. You either really got to fully commit to it, or just go into the Tachi-ai. Anytime you're not really sure about the Henka, it never works. He might have just been trying to shoot for an arm or a leg, but for me, it looked like indecision, really. I view the Tachi-ai sort of like I view penalty kicks in soccer. I think you should just have a place that you're going to go, and don't vary it based on what you see. Just go for that spot, for better or worse. Yeah, see, he jumped to the side there. That looked like a Henka, and Nishiki Fuji just ate him up on the Tachi-ai. Half-Hearted Henkas is my country band name. I love that so much. I wish I had thought of that. Half-Hearted Henkas, HHH. It's going to be like Jimmy Eat World, where you're going to have to explain your band name for the rest of history, but it's worth it. It'll get less funny every time you explain it. Well, I'm pretty sure that's Takeru Fuji's backside. I know that anywhere. There's a younger woman in a kimono in like the front row who looks like an anime character, by the way. Keep your eye out for that. Yeah, in this shot. I think that lady looks like she would definitely be an anime character. I actually really like long. I like people with long necks. When I was born, God just decided to set my head on top of my shoulders. I just essentially have no neck. So I'm always like, ooh, necks. Those must be sweet. I'm not even making that up. I'm dead serious. Like I've been out with a girl and she'll be like, oh, what do you like about me? And I'll be like, your neck, it's really long. And she's like, what? I'm like, no, seriously. That's definitely a thing. Yeah, Appleseed, it's kind of the same over here. You're 20 feet tall. You're reticulated. and you have a purple tongue, and you're beautiful to me.
ああ。
もう一番でかいですよね今。アトミウスが一番体重確か
大きいですね。はい。
サイズ感で言うとそういう感じですよね。
Don't worry, guys. This will not make the clips. It won't make the clips. Only the live viewers get this experience. The clips are to get, all right, it's Daiseisan versus Takarafuji. That's what they're going to get. You guys get the giraffe talk. Your articulation is making me go crazy, baby. Duran, you just figured out why you have a long leg thing, huh? There you go. All right, everyone act cool. We're going to do this one for the clips. We're not going to mention anything here. All right, we got Daiseisan versus Takarafuji. Even record against each other. Takarafuji on a better start. Daiseisan just on his promotion. All the way from China. Here we go. No, this is not Daisho. Daisho is the giant killer, not Daiseisan. Takarafuji taking his time. There we go. Takarafuji with a strong tachi, pushing Daiseisan back, just gets low and walks Daiseisan out. Well done, Takarafuji. He's really compact, isn't he? Like, he's not particularly short, but he is like a barrel. You could ride that guy over the Niagara Falls, no problem. Undertaker of Fuji, I love it. Someone write that down in the channel. Write that down in the Discord, please. All right, let's check the tubes. We got 2 viewers on the tubes. Hell yeah, brother. Still can't see the chat, but you know. Yeah, Twitch, don't clip that. Don't take that out of context, please. We were talking about sexy giraffes before this. That's really the more... It's more the thing we should clip. Well, I noticed it this Basho. He really is a brick house. Listen, if you have a good joke, don't use it just once. Keep riding that thing, you know? I follow the U.S. Army theory on getting a hit. You know, they just put 9,000 pounds of ammunition downrange, and it gets them 1 hit. And I just throw jokes out like that, you know? You just throw out enough, and you're going to score a hit. Sometimes they fly right over someone's head, Lorraine, but sometimes people laugh. Oh, I'm out of water. Okay. Someone remind me when we go to the commercial break after the mochi commercials. I want to ride you over the Niagara Falls as going in my pickup line for getting plus-sized women. Guys, we always choose she. We always choose she for these quizzes. Guybrush, I hope you're the kind of guy who can make that work. I don't know if you guys ever try to intentionally grenade a conversation with someone just to see if you can save it. That's one of my favorite things to do. That's playing life on hard mode. You just throw out some really weird stuff and then see if you can pull the conversation back. And if in 30 minutes the person is still totally entranced, that's hard mode. It's like beating Halo on Legendary. Well, Appleseed, I'm doing it on purpose. You're just awkward. That's the difference. Kinbozo versus Abby. Kinbozo back on his losing game. Abby with a good start, but he should win at Magashira 12. Is it just me or does Kinbozo not really strike you as 29? I feel like he should be like 35.
金峰山の対戦です。懐の深い両者。
All right. Kinbozo on the left, Abby on the right. Abby waits. There he goes. Abby going high. Kinbozo pushes him back. Abby fighting high. He'll go for the pull now. He now goes for the throw on Kinbozo. Kinbozo puts him at the edge. Abby cannot hold it. Kinbozon takes it 2-2. Abby 2-2 now as well. They're both even. Abby got the start that he wanted, but couldn't finish it. Kinbozo took him to the edge and then stood him up. What up, Rebsalot? Yeah, I give that 4 show dice. That's fair. Also, one of my favorite things with Twitch names, and I've mentioned this before, is saying them as though they're clearly one word, even though they probably were not intended to be. Like, I say Revsalot. Obviously, this is like a Revolver Ocelot, reference. Earlier, there was Sensei J, probably, but I say Sensage. It's more fun that way, when you do it that way. Kinborat, it's pretty good. If Kinbozo didn't already have a nickname, we might go with Kinborat. Only a few wrestlers get multiple nicknames, like, we got Papayasu, Harry and the Hendersons, Takayasu, Takayas. That's technically 3, but Takayas was just me aping what the Japanese commentators say. They really like to drop the U off the end there. I will call him Papayasu and Papayas. Ooh, Wakanosho versus Mitakayumi. Let's get the Mitakayumi intro ready when we see him.
なんかあるんですよね。こう例えばずっと東が勝ってるとかね。そうなんですよ。本当にしては説明できないですよね。なんか別にいつも気にしてないのにそういう時に限ってパッと電光掲示板見ちゃうんですよ。あ、やべえと思ってずっと東勝ってるとかで自分が西だったりしたら。
Wakanosho's won their only meeting, and I think he'll take this one again. Mitakayumi, though, can sometimes surprise you, but he started 0-3. He has not looked good at all. He lost versus Abby in one he probably should have won, and Wakanosho's looked great. So I'm ready to call Wakanosho going 4-0 here. You know, to tie himself with Shishi in the tournament lead. Can you guys imagine a Shishi versus Wakanosho final bout to win the Basho? Yeah, Starlink, it makes me want to hear the theme song. Dude, Punch-Out had great music. There's like an orchestral Punch-Out like song on, you know, it's just the Punch-Out theme, but with an orchestra on YouTube, and it's so good. It's in my workout mix. You got that. You got like the Roy Jones rap song. You got the 10% luck, 20% skill. That song, it has to go in every workout mix. Master of Puppets is in there for some reason. One happy hardcore song just to confuse someone. No, I think you're not crazy, Lorraine. I think Mitakayumi very much has a chance against Wakanosho. Just because I think Wakanosho, the reason why, here's my thought. Wakanosho's actually not big, right? He looks like he is, but that's just because he's a thick boy. He likes to fight centered and on the inside, and I think Mitakayumi can actually handle that better than someone who goes to the edges. Someone who tries to push him to the side, pull him. So yeah, no, I think actually, I do think Wakanosho will win. So Wakanosho on the left, Mitakayumi on the right, in the mauve. Wakanosho been looking good. Mitakayumi 0-3. Oh, slow Tachi-Ai. Wakanosho using his hands to fight. Not trying to engage Mitakayumi, just trying to walk him back with arms, pushing him out. Mitakayumi moves to the side and then gets pushed out. Wakanosho takes it 4-0. Wakanosho stays tied for the lead, undefeated. Mitakayumi 0-4. Ansidosi, dude, I heard Data Sumo went down. That's disappointing, man. But I appreciate you showing up here. Data Sumo had a nice overlay, too. Mine's not as good as his, but it's better than other people's, so I just slowly add to it.
足も出て、まあ相撲でねよく言うんですよこの足で押せっていう。
By the way, guys, I got the clips up now, and I do think I have a way to basically do the clips mostly automatically, which is pretty nice.
どうしてもね相手に伝わらないんですけど。
It took me like it was about 4 hours total last night to get them up, but it was mostly just figuring out how to do it that way.
起こしていくねいい突きですね。
そうですね。御嶽海がもうちょっと受ける
Thanks, man.
展開
Appreciate
にな
it.
ってしまいました。
Glad you're enjoying it.
だから御嶽海も体丸くしてね下から。
Appreciate you not just going to Midnight Sumo.
どうかなと思ったんですけど、その御嶽海をねこう突き出して。
Man, Wakanosha's been fighting well.
勝って4連勝です若野翔。
You went from viewer Auntie into clip Andy, now shaking my head. Lorraine, I'm too much of a boomer to understand any of that. What does that mean?
コメント欄見ても全勝
Joel, I appreciate that.
それから
If the Seahawks had handed the ball to you, they would have won the Super Bowl.
一切ない貴景勝みたいと書いてる方もいますね。もともと貴景勝に憧れてこの相撲の世界に入ってきたという若野翔です。
まあでもね白の富士とかが同い年なんですよ。やっぱこう活躍してるのを見てね。
Asahakaryu versus Chiyoshima. I like Asahakaryu. I feel like he's sort of an underdog. The man debuted in Makuuchi at 28. What's he at? Let's pull this up. 27 or 28? 27.
それから同期
And he's doing well.
ありますからね。
I like these late debutants. You feel like they've really made their dream. Like, you know, all these guys dream of making it here. He made it at 27.
まあ大相撲
Good for him.
今日は
But I don't know, man. I used to not like Chiyoshima at all, but he's really been winning me over with his just weird style. He's always had it. I just really couldn't look past him looking so weird.
朝白龍の対戦です。
Says more about me than him, to be honest.
今引き上げ
But like I said before, I think Chiyoshima maximizes his potential, right? Like, I think that he very much he's not a Makuuchi body, right? Like he shouldn't be in the top ranks just based on his athletic talent and his body and his skill, but he uses his brains and he wins fights in weird ways that he shouldn't win fights. And so he's sort of like a save scummer or an angle shooter. Like he almost never wins a match just based off like superior sumo skill. You know, his brand of sumo is an unusual brand.
暑いんでねタクシー乗ろうと思って。そしたらまあそのタクシーの運転手さんがまあ結構業界の人をよく乗せてる。
Dude, look at this shot. This would be an amazing kimono shot if we could freeze it, get some enhancements.
で今こうスタジオ
Enhance, enhance, enhance.
じゃあそういう関係の人ですねみたい
Exactly, Lorraine.
な。
Yeah.
まあまあまあ
You save, you try it, you reload if it doesn't work.
あれですか。
I know there's some save scummers in the chat.
さんですかって言われたんです。
This is one of those things for like non-computer people. They're just utterly confused by save scummer?
え違います
What?
みたいな感じになったんであ
You save scum?
ちょっとここ
Yeah,
で
yeah, yeah.
相撲の中継
We work with the
す
crooks.
るんですよって言って相撲ですか僕結構見てましたよ相撲ってわかりますよ結構って言われて現役の時の師匠なんですかみたいな言われて
Here's something interesting I saw. A guy
みたいな
set the Mario 1
って言われたけど
speedrun record,
いや変わったかも
and he is 6 frames from perfection because there is like an actual perfect Mario 1 like run. You know, they do it with what are those things called? Tasks. They do those task runs, you know, tool assisted, where they're perfect. And there is a perfect run of Mario 1, and the guy who set the speed record now is 6 frames off perfect. So there are 5 frames left in that game before there is no time to save.
練られて多分他のバラエティ番組なんかで披露されるんじゃないかなと
そうですね
思われます。
ちょっと滑らない話として取っときましょう
That's cool.
初出しです。
I like watching about speedrunning. I wouldn't like doing it.
恥ずかしかったですよ
さあ土俵は時間です。千代翔馬と朝
Asahaka Ryu on the left, Chiyoshima, old man, on the right.
同士の対戦。
Chiyoshima inherited old man from Takaru Fuji. Now he is old man. Let's see. Young debutante Asahaka Ryu at 27. Or Chiyoshima, the old man. Who takes it?
喧嘩四つの両者。
Both taking their time. Asahaka Ryu down. Chiyoshima goes. Awkward tachiai. Chiyoshima is leaning really far forward.
翔馬の形になります
Asahaka Ryu supported him. Now Chiyoshima at the belt. They both have the belt.
ああましたか
Awkward fighting. Asahaka Ryu needs to grab that belt. There he goes. Now he's lifting Chiyoshima. Both wrestling to the center now. Little tentative from Asahaka Ryu. Like, he doesn't really want to overcommit here. I think he's worried about maybe getting pulled down by Chiyoshima, but now he's locked in. He should be stronger than Chiyoshima. He should be able to win this one. You got to give him like 80% chance at this point from this particular position. Both have great belt grips. Chiyoshima goes for the throw. Asahara lifts. Chiyoshima's resisting mightily at the ropes and finally gets walked out. Asahara does end up taking it. Chiyoshima leaned real far forward. Did not want Asahara to get that belt, but he did. It was over then.
まあまあ上手の取った位置がまあ良かったですね。まあもう少し浅くしたら相手の少々
I don't know, man. That almost felt like a 5 stars waffles, but I'll take 4. I'll take 4.
一回途中ちょっと深いとこ取ったんですけど、まあそれを取り直したんでね、あれが良かった。あのままだと
Rest one, I think you might be right. I think you might be right that they were told that the Mawashi were too loose. That also might explain why, like, maybe was it Takara Fuji or Wakanosho? No, I think it was actually Asakoryu. But anyway, they were tightening his Mawashi. Like one of the attendants was, not his attendant. I mean, like the ushers was tightening it. So I wonder if maybe they even advised him to do so. There were some really loose Mawashis, and they might have thought it looked too ridiculous. All right, well, we've got an interview with Future Ryoga every time. Will we get one now? Fuji Ryoga. 2-0 against Toby, which I'm fine with. The crowd is definitely, you guys notice this? The crowd is much more casual today. The ones that we can see. Much more casual. Wait, are we gonna get it? Yep. I am an oracle. Wow. Amazing prediction. I don't know what's going on here, but I like it. I was going to say Big Fuji Ryoga is pushing him on us, but I figured people might think I was talking about Fuji Ryoga himself rather than the allusion to like Big Tobacco. Hey, we got a gaijin in like the front row or the second row. What's that? Yeah, that plywood is becoming like a second friend to me. Man, I would never use an AI to cut up clips. That's ridiculous. Silex, did he actually say that? Because I believe you. That sounds like a sumo interview. Did he mention that he wanted to compete his brand of sumo and focus on moving forward? Was that something he mentioned? That he's going to listen to his coaches and focus on his brand of sumo? No, you didn't miss it. I just know sumo interviews. I've watched enough of these to know every one of them. Sumo interviews are the most boring sports athletes interviews, and that's already the lowest bar possible. At least over here, they mix around the percents that they're going to give you. Okie doke. Fuji Ryoga versus Tobi Zaru. Toby has a bad record against Fuji Ryoga. 2-0. Smallest guy in sumo, height-wise, is Toby. Toby goes low, trying to pull down Fuji Ryoga. Fuji Ryoga moving forward and just pushes Toby out, then almost shoves him out again. I would have cackled. I would have cackled if he had shoved Toby out, just like Asano Yama did. That's too bad. But Fuji Ryoga takes the win, goes to 3-1. Great start for him. Bumped up to Magashira 9 and doing well. What don't you understand about Tobizaru? He's chaos incarnate. He's like doesn't have the. He's like Chiyoshima in a way in that he just he just doesn't have the skills, right? And then he does what he can, which is fight awkward. If you've never seen it, please go to YouTube while we're on a break here and type in Tobizaru versus Hakuho. It is the funniest bout of sumo you've ever seen. It is the only time Tobizaru fought the GOAT, and it is hilarious. I honestly should just make a scene in OBS so I can play it. But if you guys have not seen it, you must watch it. This is like a homework assignment. I talk about it every bash show because it's worth seeing for anyone who's new. My voice was starting to go yesterday. It's okay today, but man, yesterday I was, it was rough. We made it through though. All right, this is one Asanoyama should win. Roga sort of has a bit of the Shodai in him, where he doesn't really fight up. I think our records might be. I think the API might be a little off. Do you see how we're showing Asanoyama as 7-5 last batch show? That's not possible. Well, no, that's not possible. So API poll went bad or something there. Yeah, Mr. Roller Coaster, Mr. Roga Coaster. Yeah, that's a good one. Lucid trying to coin a nickname for every dude. There's Papi Yas in the background. I had an apple right before this. I chop up my apple into slices, and I told that to a friend, and she said that I was eating them in like the manner of a I don't know that I can say the right word on stream, but like the manner of a wuss, right? Like she tried to imply that you're less manly if you slice an apple up, which I don't really know what that means. It was actually with a G, the word that I can't say. Oh, does she have that rest one? Does she have that phobia? I forget what it's called, but where like repeating circles, that kind of thing. Yeah, I know which one it is. Okay. Asanoyama, former Ozuki, on the left. I think we got one more here. Yep, one more. I don't eat shrimp tails, no. Like, I mean, my goal is to pull the tail out of the chitin, whatever that word is. Nah, I don't think Asanoyama has the juice to make it back to Ozuki. I don't even think he can make it back to Senyaku. I thought maybe he could. I think he gets up to like Magashira 3 or so. People have definitely requested a cooking stream before. Okay. Asanoyama, former Ozuki. On the left, Roga. Mr. Roller Coaster, Mr. Roga Coaster, I like that. On the right, Asanoyama 2-1 against him. Roga down. Ooh, little head clash there. Solid hit. Fighting to the center. Asanoyama kind of bowling Roga out. Now he has the belt. Should be able to walk him out, and he does. Asanoyama takes the nice win. Goes to 2-2. Asanoyama just a stronger man there. Asanoyama's knee gave out in a previous match, but not today. Just hit Roga hard and pushed him back. Papayas versus Kodoeho. Ooh.
これを強引に、まあでもやっぱ圧力ありますね。刺さってないところから強引にこうじりじりじりじり押していって、右を差し切って、力がやっぱありますね。
大関経験者の朝乃山連敗を止めました。星を五分に戻しています朝乃山。そして琴恵峰のしこにまた館内から大きな歓声です。
これやっぱりしこで足上げる力士って、自分がそんなに上がる方じゃなかったんですけど、こうやっぱ上げながら歓声出てきてやっぱ気持ちよくなっていくんですよね。なんか
歓声がまた拍手が続いてるとちょっと下げにくくないですか。
なんかね、ちょっとこう上げてうわーって言うともう少しちょっとサービスしようかなじゃないけど、そういう気持ちになるのかなっていう
想像してしまいますね。
なんとなくだって今もちょっと長かった気がします。
そんな気がしますね。
ちょっとね、うわーっていうとこう上で止めてるような感じを、これでなんか気持ちが高まったりとかあるでしょうからね。
そうでしょうね。先ほど琴奨菊の名前が出ましたが、やっぱりこの取り組み前のルーティーンというのが当時ね大変注目されまして、
そうですね。
やはりこの仕草、どういうこの動きで取り組みに臨むかというのは人それぞれありまして、その型っていうのがしっかり決まっている方いますよね。
そうですね。なんかやっぱそれをやらないとちょっとこう気持ち悪いというか、ありますからね。
How'd that happen?
もうちょっとやらないと気持ち悪いですよね。自分の中で。
Or in the background.
足が45度以上上がったところで拍手が起こるんですよね。
そこでまたこう気持ちよくなってこう、よしもうちょっとみたいな感じになるんですよね。
Nah, you're not going to tempt me on the kimonos. We got them yesterday. We had 17 yesterday, almost tied the world record. We were one off the world record.
力つけてますよね。先場所10番勝ちましたし。
もう先場所10番もそうですし、霧島戦ですかね。
These guys are both real popular.
うっちゃり
ね、うっちゃり大逆転だったんですけど。
It seemed like there were about 20 banners, right?
完全に琴恵光でしたから。
Kodoeho popular, Takayas popular.
霧島に対してあれだけ。
Let's check the tubes while we got a break here. Ooh, solid one viewer. Yeah.
まあ先場所はすごく調子良かったとはいえ、自分もちょっとねびっくりしたぐらい。
Lorraine, I'm still not convinced that was a kimono. I think that might have just been a blouse of some sort.
そうですね。琴恵峰頑張れというコメントが届いております。さて対する高安です。こちら3連勝。
Insidosi, yeah. I actually didn't find out till like embarrassingly late that Kodoeho is Kodoshoho's brother, so it's kind of funny. But I agree with you. I think Takayas will take this one, but Kodoeho should be a tough out. A lot of ceremony right now, right? This feels more like some Sanyaku ceremony. Maybe the ref has forgotten that Papayas is not in Sanyaku anymore, so he's having him do like 4 turns. He's like, oh yeah, it's Takayasu. He's probably a Komusubi or something. I feel like they did like 4 turns of ceremony, when normally around Magashira 7 you would not get that many, maybe 2. Yeah, I know they have like a guy. I know the actual answer, Ansidosi, but I like my funny one better. Senyaku always ends at 5 a.m. my time. Okay, here we go. Young Kodoeho, the much smaller wrestler. Takayasu, the oldest, on the left. Big Papa Bear, Harriet and Henderson's, Papa Yas. Many such nicknames. Ooh, bada 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 bada. Kodoeho with the false start. You're fine, Antidosi. Don't worry about it, man. Just giving you a hard time. So if I was wagering here, I'd probably say, what, 70-30 Takayas? 75-25? Somewhere around that. Here we go. Takayas getting pushed back by Kodoeho right now, but now he's got a good grip. Has Kodoeho's belt. Kodoeho looks a little uncomfortable. Can't get his arm around Takayasu. Takayasu is a big boy, Kodoeho. You can try, though. You can try. This is a very superior grip for Takayasu. Just be careful not to get thrown to the side. There, Kodoeho goes for it. Now he has a bit of the belt, maybe, and walks Takayasu out. The throw attempt threw Takayasu off his balance. Kodoeho gets low and drives him out in a surprising victory. Papayas not on the perfect record. Oh. My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. Ah, man. I just don't think there's ever going to be a U show for Papayas. Some dreams are just dreams. What up, Mr. Spectator? What do you guys figure is the ideal number of viewers for good stream engagement? Because, like, I personally, I like talking to people who are chatting. I like having a conversation. I like being able to address what they say. And it feels like these big streamers, the chat is strolling so fast. Like, how do you even engage in that? I don't even know how they pick someone out. I don't know that it's... is it sub 100? I feel like it's closer to 100 to 300. Because what I'm going to say, and this goes for 90% of you, your chats are awful, right? 90% of you are just dummies. So you have to look for the 10% gold things to chat about. And with like 100 to 300 people, that means there's like 20 smart people. So, like, just doing some basic math. If 90% of you are dummies, and there's 100 to 200 viewers, that's 10 to 20 smart people. Lorraine, I don't want to see your thighs. Thank you, though. Thank you for the offer. So the little... do you see the people on the left there with the little patches? That's because there's like sumo clubs. And they attend together as a club. They buy a group of seats. I'm presuming that's usually what that is. They have some sort of special emblem or even a special outfit they wear. Lorraine is indeed here, unfortunately for you. I'm not a dummy, I'm an idiot. Sorry, my apologies. My apologies. Yeah, so I think this throw just put Takayasu balance, and Kodoeho did a great job of driving him out. Look at the crowd in the background. One lady had a full O face going on. She was shocked. To be fair, I was too. Are we on the break? I thought we had one more before the break. Let me check. Let me check the schedule here. Kodoeho. No, I think we got one more. I think we got Wakamoto Haru Fujiseiyun before the shift change. Yeah. We got one more. Shift change is after this one. Thank you for the reminder, though. I appreciate it.
いやようわからんすけど
Moon runes. Is this guy a spammer or is he a Lord of the Rings enthusiast? I don't know. I can't tell.
さあじゃあこういう時は
I don't know what moon runes has to do with anything, but
前半最後の取り組みです。
I do like Lord of the Rings.
過去は富士星雲一度対戦があって勝っています。
Yeah, I was Are we starting already here? Is this what's going on here? Whoa! Whoa! Wakamoto Haru Hank Helen appearance.
若元春の勝ち。
That match started so fast, I wasn't prepared for it. Wakamoto Haru with the Hank Helen in the chat.
そうですねまあないかな
Crowd is tisking. A little bit murmurs from the crowd.
まあこういうのまあ難しいんですよ
I
ね
like to be quiet to let you hear the silence, the murmurs.
頭で当たっていっててよくこう
Wakamoto Haru jumps to the side, slaps down Fuji Seiyun, and goes to 2 and 2.
突っ込んでいって
The crowd is very quiet.
食ってしまうっちゃ食ってしまうんですよね
This is the brother of my favorite, Lorraine, not my favorite.
左に変わりました。
My favorite is not competing. Even the announcers are feeling quiet.
富士星雲はまっすぐ。
Way to kill the mood, Wakamoto Haru. We're going to go to the break now.
ねまあ勝負なんでねそのまあこの変化をすることが別に反則技でもなんでもないんでねなんかよく
I think the broadcasters were also confused about the coverage because they
いろいろね言われたりとかありますけど、はいただまあ、ね、
they were like not showing us almost at all.
嬉しいのをね期待してしまうんでねやってる側はねやっぱ
All right, so we're going to stick around. We got about 8 minutes or so.
アベマのコメント欄もなんと
We'll run an ad after the Mochi commercials.
皆さん
That's right, Mochi commercials.
言われがちなんですよね変化って
What up, Raven Guard?
若元春が勝ちました。以上、今日4日目の取り組み、ここまで前半の模様をご覧いただきました。
But I am going to stick around here till the Mochi commercials go.
ここで番組の協賛者
Then I will hydrate. Yeah, get your mochis ready.
未来 for us 未来の幸せのために
The way it's been before, it's been 2 Mirai for Ursus and then 2 mochis.
未来 for us 次のムーブメントをここから
Wait, guys.
サステナブルな環境をデザインする力で人と地球の未来を
Guys,
いいパーパス
I just realized something. Remember how I said, remember how you could say Twitch clip that and it'll clip that? On the rerun stream? On the rerun stream, every time I say it on the stream, it's been making a clip.
未来 for us 未来の幸せの
I put it in the Discord.
地域の宝となる取り組みを一つ一つ
So it's been doing it all day. I'm just scrolling down. It's just Twitch making a clip.
お餅なら
もちもちもちろん砂糖の切り餅
選ぶなら
もちもちもちろん砂糖の切り餅
私はもちもちもちろん砂糖の切り餅砂糖の切り餅シングルパックミニ砂糖の切り餅シングルパックミニミニ砂糖の切り餅シングルパックミニこれがミニ砂糖のこのお餅がちょうどいい砂糖の切り餅シングルパックミニ
前提として香りと味は別のものなんですよ。ジンにはもちろんジンの、タバコにはタバコの好きなところがあって、プルーム
All right, we can't run an ad for whatever reason. I don't know why.
味わいを表現している。
So we'll just not do it. I'm gonna go hydrate. Be right back.
アベマ大相撲ライブ7月場所は4日目の模様をお届けしております。さて幕内前半の取り組みが終わりまして、この後は後半へと向かいますが、その間の時間を使いまして、今日は青錦に注目していきましょう。豊ノ島さん、
はい
青錦はですね大関から陥落して今場所は関脇、
はい
ですからこの大関に戻るためには10勝というのが必要になるわけですね。
はい
まずはこの青錦が10勝するかどうかというのが、今場所一つの、相撲ファンにとっては、見どころといいますか、
そうですね
ここまでの相撲をご覧になっていかがですか。
なんかいい時の青錦な感じがしますけどね。昨日の一番なんかもそうですけど、今出てますけど、やっぱりこう低く低く、この下手を取ってから、で頭上げない、これは青錦の良さが出てたんで、こういう相撲を取ってたら2桁は勝てるんじゃないかなっていうふうには思いますけどね。もともとね大関上がって怪我して負け越したっすけど、それまで関取上がって ずっと2桁
そうなんです
だったんで、
はい
2桁を勝つことは、青錦からしたらそんな難しいことではないというか、な感じがしますけどね。まあ、ただ今日本当に今日の吉野富士ですよね。この勝った一番もね押し込まれて首投げなんですよね。
これ対戦成績が今画面上出ておりますが、吉野富士が有利なんですよね。
そうなんですよ。だから今日は結構ね本当大事な一番になるかなというふうに思いますね。
はい、今日後半で組まれています青錦と吉野富士の取り組み、どうぞご注目ください。では豊ノ島さんとともにまた後半の取り組みを見ていきたいと思います。再び IG アリーナからの映像です。
ミラースミラースホールディングスとご覧のスポンサーは
I have returned.
ライブを応援しています。
Get your sports ABEMA
Yeah, it makes another clip because I said it. We're gonna have it happen again today.
名古屋の IG アリーナから生中継でお届けしていますアベマ大相撲ライブです。今日もたくさんのお客様で埋まっています。ここからは後半戦の取り組み、欧勝馬
versus my boy.
戦でスタートいたします。
Beautiful baby Ura. The second shortest wrestler. I don't know if there's any other 5'9s. There's a bunch of 5'10s.
こちら裏です。
Toby's 5'8. I don't know. There's probably a couple 5'9s.
今日も中継は吉田沙保里さんがご覧になっているそうで、吉田さんは中京大中京ですよね、確かね。
兄弟中継でした。
Listen, Ura gets overranked, and then he's like a sine wave, man. He goes up too high. His techniques don't really work. Sort of Magashira 2, 3, 4. And then he falls back down to Magashira 10, and then he wins a bunch.
そうですね。
That's sort of how it goes.
まあ自分もねやっぱ現役時代こうやってる側でしたからもちろん。で辞めてから何度か見に行かせてもらってますけど、やっぱ現役ってかっこいいですね。だってこれだけのお客さんがわーっと見てこの一番取るときは、まあ、基本的にはこの裏と欧勝馬しか見てないわけですよ。ね、この一番をこうみんなが2人の一番を
What are those hats? Those are cool. Are those like maybe like school hats or something? Or like Explorers Club? I don't know. Seems sweet though.
浴衣を着てこの場所を入りするというのは7月場所
School hats? Okay.
風物詩になってますよね。
そうですね。まあまあ
Ura throwing his traditional 1 to 3 flakes of salt.
いきますね。まあでも汗かくんでね、私付き人250キロあった付き人がいたんですけど、まあ行きと帰りで浴衣がびちょびちょになるからって3枚持ってきてましたからね。
そうでしたか。さあ土俵時間です。欧勝馬と裏の
Okay, here we go. Ura in the salmon pink on the left. 0 and 3. Oshoma 1 and 2 on the right. I think Ura can take this, but he hasn't been doing very well. Ura staying low, getting pushed back. Bows up, turns. Now has Oshoma at the edge. Gonna go for the throw here and gets it. Throws Oshoma down. Nice job, Ura. Good win. Crowd has a bunch of smiles, and so do I. Ura picks up his first win, goes to 1 and 3. Crowd significantly happier than last matchup. Yes, Ura is a small sumo wrestler at around 300 pounds. One of the tinier wrestlers at 300 pounds.
パッと取ってちょっとしっかりこう肘をね締めて。
Classic Ura fight.
今日は少しやっぱこう強引な。
Stayed low. Oshoma tried to push him up, but Ura goes to the side, gets him reset, gets him turned. Stays low, drives, grabs the belt, retreats, pulls, and turns him. Classic Ura. Good fight from him. I love how pleased he looks when he wins. He doesn't do a good job of hiding his emotions like other wrestlers.
吉田沙保里さんから中京女子大学
大変失礼いたしました。
現 至学館大学ですね。
それだけ熱心に見て聞いてくださってるってことですよね。
違うぞと
いや
指摘が入ってきました。すみません。大変申し訳ありませんでした。
さすがこの
Oh, for, Joven for a for a sumo wrestler, that was immense emotion. It is.
そうですね。
Watch most of these guys. You got to think Ura just carries Ura privilege around though. Like, look at the amount of envelopes he walks out with for a Magashira 5 match. That's not normal. So if Ura's winning, he makes a lot more money than wrestlers at his rank. Oh yeah, totally for real. They're supposed to show no emotion. Watch them after they win or lose, and they will try to stay as stoic as possible. Ura smiles. Oh no. I mean, I really don't wish anything good on this man, but I feel kind of bad for Ichi Yamamoto getting one banner. One sad, lonely banner. Womp womp.
そっち側にいた時にはその弁当がどこでどうあったとか知らないんで。
It's more like sumo culture. I don't know than Japanese culture. Maybe a little bit of both. Ichi Yamamoto forward 1 versus Shodai. He won the last one pretty convincingly. You get a single banner sometimes. My angle shoot is that like you really want to be the single banner because you're much more obvious. Sometimes the banners even stack up on top of each other. But if you're that single banner, the guy always walks slowly. Like he feels sad for the banner being alone. So he just kind of very slowly walks around the dohyo. For advertising purposes, being a single banner is ideal. Now Nishiki walking in on the revenge tour. Started with a perfect record so far. I wonder if he can keep it today. Old Granny behind him loves that Nishiki. She's clapping for him. Granny's like, I wish I could smell that.
さてコメント欄には一山本頑張って一山本正代どっちも頑張れという声が飛んでいます。土俵上待ったなしです。
Okay, here we go. Low effort Shodai on the right. Sorry, on the left. Ichi Yamamoto with the long arms, the quick start, not much else on the right. Ichi with the winning record against Shodai. 4-1. Ichi ready to go. Shodai taking his time. Ichi doing the nod thing he does. There he goes. Not a strong Tachi-ai. Shodai gets pushed back. Now he has a little push. There's Ichi Yamamoto walking Shodai out. Shodai goes to 1-3. I give that 1.5 Shodai effort stars. 1.5, I would say. He did have a slight push at the start. Ichi ends up taking it. Nice win for Ichi. Goes to 3-1. To those of you like being surprised at the grandma checking out the Rikishi, you should just look at the ladies in the background almost all the time. It is part of what makes sumo wrestling so enjoyable to crowd watch in, because there's like lip biting going on. Sometimes they get the vapors and they like fan themselves. It's probably because it's hot, but it's pretty funny.
Yamamoto 勝って3勝目です。3勝1敗です。正代は敗れて1勝3敗となりました。
Hirudumi versus Hakunafuji. Hakunafuji after a 2-1 start, looking good. Hirudumi is honorary small man sumo. Not quite under 300 pounds, but he's not a big guy. He's like a small guy with a belly, basically. He has no other weight. He just has a lot on his belly.
VTR でご覧いただきました。しつこい相撲を取られましたね。
そうですね。まあ、苦手っていうのもあると思いますけど、白の王子からしたら嫌な相撲を取るんですよね。やっぱ低くで、まあ白の王子もそんなに
Joven, sumo wrestlers have. There are more women who watch sumo than men in Japan. They have a lot of female admirers. Like, if you just Google sumo wrestler wives and prepare to be shocked. But no, if you're a tubby white guy, it doesn't work that way. It only works if you're a sumo wrestler.
平戸海はこの前に出る相撲というのが持ち味なんですが、ただこの星に繋がってないんですよね。
ね、昨日もあと一歩というところでしたし、内容が悪いわけではないので、まあ本当一つ何かきっかけで、変わってくるとは思うんですけど、どうしてもね、こう連敗ってなると、まあ焦りも出て、余計にその前に出ていい内容が続いているのにこう勝ち星につながらなかったりするんですよね。本当連敗の時ってね、人の白星が一番の薬というね、よく言われます。
Pretty even numbers for these two.
なんとか早くね、白星を上げたいな。
Man, for being such a small guy, Hirodumi has a really protuberous belly.
結構されたという話を聞いたことあります。
そうですね。結構弦直し、弦担ぎ、弦直し好きでしたね。
場所に行く道なんかもいろいろ考えたってことをおっしゃってましたね。
そうですね。考えたり、いろんななんか弦担ぎしたり。
Protuberous. Okay, these two are pretty well matched up. Hakan Fuji with 3 wins against Hirodumi 2. Hakan Fuji off to a pretty good start at 2-1. Hirodumi 0-3 though. Gonna want to take this if he can. They've bounced back and forth against each other, alternating wins and losses.
本当そろそろ牛肉食べたいなって思ってたんですけど、しかもその鶏肉にずっとしてくれて、その成績も別にそんなにめちゃくちゃ良かったわけじゃなかったです。
You can. I may not answer it. You can ask though.
12日目を終えたぐらいで、そろそろもう、これが12連勝してるとかだったら全然いいんですけど、そんなに
Asking's free.
牛肉食べようかみたいな。
解禁しましたか。
解禁しましたね。
結果はどうでしたか。星には。
いやでもね、その時どうだったんかなってそれ覚えてないんですけど、ただその時の牛肉がうまかったっていうのは覚えてるんですね。
やっぱり解禁の時の味っていうのはね。
そうですね。美味しいですよね。
Okay, here we go. Hakan Fuji on the right. Hirodumi on the left. 0-3. Hakan Fuji 2-1. Hirodumi down and ready to go. Hakan Fuji taking his time. Taps and goes. Hirodumi moves to the right a little bit. Now pushing Hakan Fuji back. Hakan Fuji at the edge and slaps down Hirodumi. Hirodumi 0-4. Hakan Fuji goes to 3-1. He was getting pushed out, but jumped to the side, slapped down Hirodumi, and picks up a nifty win for Hakan Fuji.
勝ったのは白野富士です。繰り返しご紹介していますが、白野富士勝ちましたので赤い今表示されています。今日勝って3勝。
I do think it is delightful. I think it's delightful, Joven, that you think CCP would pay me in any sort of way. That's lovely. It would be nice. The amount I contribute to their bottom line is more than a regular salary, I'm certain, but no, they do not support me in any way. Eve is entirely a money sink.
ちょっとでも少しやっぱ半端だったかなっていう、あれをちょっと右から小手に振るような形で変化気味に行こうとしたんでしょうけど。
Put it this way, I make $7 to $15 per day from this stream. So I make more money from sumo streaming than I do from running a 100,000 character alliance in EVE Online.
やっぱり昨日もそうだったんですけど、やっぱりしっかり密着がね足りてないのかなっていうふうな感じですね。だからこう最後の土俵際の逆転の技が降ってしまうんじゃないかなというですね。
なんとか早く流れを変えてもらいたいという思いもあります。
All right, Anishki time. Here, somebody asked for a prediction. I'll put it up for this one. I don't want to run it for all of them, but we'll do one for this one.
壁にぶつかっても平戸なら乗り越えられる。そう書いてる方がいらっしゃいます。 さてそれでは今日楽しみな取組です。青錦と吉野富士の対戦です。今場所は関脇に下がって青錦、10番勝てば大関復帰が決まります。
Predictions are up.
ここまで3連勝。熱心なファンの姿です。
Yoshino Fuji 4-1 versus Onishiki. Would you guys have wagered on that? I know Young Kusano has had a pretty good run against them, but I would not have guessed 4-1.
さっきの牛肉の話、あれ馬肉にして馬肉食べてその馬肉がうまかったで馬で勝ったってやったらすごくいい話になるなっていう。
Trial, you want to goo Onishiki? I mean, I don't want to yuck your yum, but you know, all right.
今後その話にもうすり替えようかなって。
Onishiki's not even that big for a sumo wrestler. He's 311 pounds. He's relatively small. He's definitely in the, I would say, the bottom quarter, right? The average wrestler is probably around 350. Well, Yoshino Fuji has had Onishiki's number so far. 4-1 against him. Won the last 3.
一番注目の一番じゃないですか。
いやー楽しみですね。先ほどもご紹介した
Mods, can someone ban this living Hitakori guy? Just being rude, all right, guys?
青錦が
Wait, I don't have mods? Okay. Guess you get to stay around.
コメント欄見てもドキドキしてきた、そう書いてる方がいらっしゃいます。
How does it feel that everyone wants to ban you, Lorraine? How does that make you feel?
富士が下からスッとこう押してくる。
Oh, Waffles is here. Waffles could actually ban him, I think.
こう低く構えるんですけど、なんていうんですかね、足が揃ってるまではいかないんですけど、こうもっとこう前後に構えたような形で広く構えたら、
Let's hydrate up.
結構ね揃う感じで押されるんで残せなかったりするんですよね。
Here we go. Yoshino Fuji on the left. Onishiki on the right. Yoshino Fuji usually wins against Onishiki. Onishiki's 3-0. Getting pushed back by Yoshino Fuji. Onishiki trying to turn him. They both have the belt. Onishiki might be in a better position right now. Goes for the leg throw. Yoshino Fuji's turned. They're both like, Yoshino Fuji threw him over his shoulder and wins in dramatic, intense fashion. What a win. I thought Onishiki had it. Onishiki to 3-1. Yoshino Fuji to 2-2. Still has Onishiki's number. 5 showdowns of effort easily. What a win for Yoshino Fuji. I thought for sure. When they both had the belt from the side, I thought for sure that Onishiki had it. Yoshino Fuji throws him over his shoulder. Let's see the replay on that one.
10番勝ってっていうこの戻る時のねプレッシャーですか。やっぱプレッシャーと自分のいい形になってよしここだっていう焦りとかがいろいろ
Incredible win.
逆転になっちゃった。
I didn't see anything during the match that seemed to call for a replay, and there's no mono E, so I think we're good here. Here we go. Good tachi from both of them. Yoshino Fuji a little off balance. Onishi goes to the side, gets the back of his belt, has the Moashi here. Yoshino Fuji to the side. They're both pushing each other. Onishi did lose his grip. That is, maybe the grip gets him. I thought he had him here. Yoshino Fuji at the end. Flips. Flips. Onishi over his hip and then falls on top of him. What a win. What a win. Match of the day, easily. Both guys going so hard at that. Nothing left on the table. Yoshino Fuji wins from a very unlikely position, holds onto the belt, and just turns him over his shoulder. I mean, I felt like Onishiki is in such a better position here. I know he's leaned a little more further forward, but man, incredible. And look at Onishiki's face.
吉野富士が勝った要因なんですけど、流れからしたらやっぱり青錦の方が良かったですから。
そうでしたね。攻めたのは青錦でした。
そうですね。攻めもうまく取ってましたからね。まあ強いて言うなら本当に左。
For whatever reason, Yoshino Fuji really seems to have Onishiki's number. 5-1 against them now.
吉野富士の腰の方にもっと体を寄せたら。
Molo, well, you just came in for the at the end of the best fight of the match so far. Hopefully you caught the replay.
思わないんでね、あそこから 分相撲
Oho versus Kotoshoho.
いけるって思ったと思うんですよね。
はい、
ただまあ絶対的に負けないっていう形で言うと腰の方にもっと、寄せていけば。
Bad news for you, Lorraine. I think Hiroshima is going to win. You might have to shut down the Strait of Hormuz.
コメント欄を見てもすげえ、すごかった、逆転、かっこよすぎ。やはり吉野富士の取り組みに対する反応、2人ともすごい。
It is funny how his trainer gave him his old belt and he immediately started losing. I know sumo wrestlers are very superstitious.
負けたけど青錦強い相撲戻ってる、そう書いてる方もいらっしゃいます。さてこちら霧島の表情です。霧島も今場所は内容のいい相撲が続いています。
Oh, yeah, thanks. I'll close the prediction. Good call. This is why I normally don't do them.
との対戦を控えています。アベマ大相撲ライブ、今日は名古屋場所7月場所4日目です。先ほどの取り組みの余韻がまだ残っていますが、土俵上は琴勝峰、王鵬の対戦。
But these two are evenly matched, 8 and 7.
同い年でしたっけ。
そうですね、埼玉栄高校の同級生ですね。
でまあ以前こう YouTube にも
I would say Kotoshoho has been performing better lately, but if you look at their records, Kotoshoho won 2, Oho won 3, then Kotoshoho won the last one.
お互いにね、元チームメイトで負けられない相手っていう意識し合う相手ですから。
やっぱりさっきも話に出ましたけど、大相撲の中にいろんなその人間関係、同い年、同学年、同期いうの
ありますね。
意識し合う相手っていうのがたくさんありますよね。
ありますよ、やっぱ。
Do you hear this one person screaming?
明確なランキングというのがございます。今上の位置にいるのは琴勝峰の方です。関脇として2場所目。
All right, here we go. Kotoshoho 3-0. Oho 0-3 start. Not looking very good. We'll see. They're about evenly matched up as they could be. Oho has one more out of their 15 meetings. Kotoshoho on the right, Oho on the left. Oho down and ready. Kotoshoho snaps and goes, gets him low, pushes Oho up. Oho getting pushed back. Now fights towards the center. A lot of arm action here between the two of them. Kotoshoho now being pushed back. Oho has him at the edge and pushes Kotoshoho out. Kotoshoho no longer a perfect record. Oho picks up his first. Kotoshoho putting a little too little effort in that, I would say. Give that 3 shut eyes.
なんか立ち合いからでもこの本当勝負決まるまでお互いがやっぱりこのね負けたくないっていうようなこう気持ちがね。
They don't feel their faces. I think their faces feel just fine. I think that they're just, slapping's just a part of the sport. You get used to it. You can get used to about anything. Kotoshoho had the push at the start there. Oh, got him pushed back here. Just was able to break his momentum, get him turned a little bit. Not much left to do there. The granny in the back covered her head. No! Not my dear Kotoshoho. I don't think we have any particular training where they get slapped in the face, but I think you just wrestle enough and it happens. All right, Giant Killer here up against Atomic Fuji. This should be a good one. Giant Killer has a pretty good record against Atomic Fuji, but Atomic Fuji's been winning more in the last 6, which about tracks with what I expect. Daisho on the downslope of his career, Atomic Fuji on the rise.
続けて負けましたね。
そうですね。
熱海富士がどうかという。
青錦、それから琴勝峰が続けて敗れました。連勝が止まった形になりました。 さて続けては3人目の関脇熱海富士の登場となります。
Appleseed, that sounds like some personal trauma you might want to work through with a therapist.
土俵は大栄翔と熱海富士の対戦です。
Twitch chat is really terrible therapy.
大栄翔は昨日の出場で幕内の通算出場回数900回となりました。現役では5位に。
Looks like a full set of banners here. I actually don't understand the economics of the banners. Like, they say the banners are only for the people at the stadium, but it makes no sense. You would not pay $600 per banner if it was only showing to that amount of people for that amount of time. It just makes no sense. It makes sense for the TV, though. You know, the TV, you're getting 1 million viewers or whatever.
霧島熱海富士だけになってるってことですよね、今。
そうですね。そうなりますね。
Yeah, each banner is worth about $600. So you saw 6 banners walk by, it's $6,000 of banners.
あ、獅子もか。
あ、そうですね。
ね、獅子も。
なかなかこの3連勝と4連勝。
Just check the tubes, guys. We peaked at 3 viewers for about 1/10 of a second. Third person tuned in and then said, nope.
まあまああると。4番っていうのはなかなか難しいんだっておっしゃってましたね。
まあ、そうですね。まあ連勝するっていうのはやっぱ難しいですからね。
まあ、もちろん全部に当てはまることはないんでしょうけども、一つの目安として4つ続けて勝つというのは、
そうですね。
なかなかこれは大変だと。
はい。まあでも4番より5番の方が難しい。
I think Atomic Fuji's wrestling so well because he's mad he's no longer the biggest wrestler.
終わらない連勝騒動といいますか、連勝論争ですね、これはね。
He's mad that Kazumer came in and took his weight win.
さて、熱海富士も大変な人気者です。そして力をつけています。関脇としては2場所目になります。大栄翔はこの大きな熱海富士を押し切れるかどうかですね。
そうですね。なかなか今この熱海富士を押し切るのはね。
Daisho fights up, in my opinion. That's why I call him the Giant Killer. He's a guy who will beat a higher ranked guy and then lose matches he shouldn't. So I can very much see him winning this one. But Atomic Fuji's been on one. He's been fighting really well. Quad moves doesn't actually weigh as much as you think. He's listed at 395 right now, so significantly lighter than Atomic Fuji. He was bigger before. Quad moves looks big though. Okay, here we go. Atomic Fuji on the left. First Daisho, the Giant Killer, on the right. Atomic Fuji, usually the second to go down, does his Cobra stance drop. Daisho down, Cobra drop from Atomic Fuji. There he goes, barely touches. Some nice arm movement from Daisho. He's not really moving Atomic Fuji. Atomic's pushing him back now, though. Has Daisho at the edge. Daisho trying to move and slap down, staying to the edge. Trying to get Atomic Fuji off balance, not quite working. Daisho still fighting the edge, throws down Atomic Fuji. 3-1 Atomic Fuji. He loses. Daisho picks it up, goes to 3-1 with the big slap down. Daisho would not let himself be pushed out. Fought to the edge, stayed alive, kept moving, and then slaps down Atomic Fuji for a nice win. Giant Killer does it again. Our undefeateds are falling right now. Here's the replay. Let's watch this one again. Daisho's committed to not letting Atomic Fuji get a good push on him here. Finally, Atomic Fuji gets him to the edge. Daisho rope walks. Gets pushed again, moves to the side. Atomic Fuji pivots and attacks. Gets off balance on the attack, and Daisho turns and throws him to the side. Kirishima kicks his head to the side as it happens. Atomic Fuji got a little overexcited. At the end, he hopped in a bit too aggressively, and Daisho punished. Daisho staying alive here, impressive. Knows exactly where he needs to be. Rope walks the entire time. Atomic gets off balance here, tries to lean back in and keep the pressure up, and Daisho gets himself against the ropes, uses his leverage, pushes him down. Nice move. Good fight from Daisho. I wanted Atomic Fuji to stay undefeated, but that's a nice win for Daisho.
これやっぱ今の一回引いたことでいけるっていうやっぱこう重心がねいくんですよねこれ。ここでこう
All right, big match coming up after this one. We're watching the replay now. I feel like we've got the gist here, telestrators, but Anonymous Takanosho, 0-3, not doing well at Magashira 1. Magashira 1 is the hardest rank in sumo, and he is not having a good time. He's up against Kirishima, who's been an absolute killer. However, look at these numbers. Wow. These guys have met a lot. Takanosho has 17 wins to Kirishima's 8, and Takanosho's won the last 3 in a row. I would never have guessed. Could this be another 3-0 losing? Kirishima's been so locked in, I can't see it. I know Takanosho has historically had this, but I gotta say Kirishima's been locked in. He's loosey-goosey. Look at him. He looks ready to take on the world. He's been so locked in. I think he's got to take it. I think he's got to take it. Kirishima's been speaking the language of the gods. What up, Dr. Ritz? What up, Molly Wanchik? Had some banger matches today, some big upsets. A couple of really good ones. Hiroshima fan in the crowd here. I remember some story Hakuho told about how an old granny told him, "Go Hakuho, beat that foreigner," because she had forgotten that he was Mongolian and he was fighting, you know, someone from another country. This old Japanese grandma told him to beat the foreigner. It's like, I'm Mongolian. Like I said, Joven, I told you. Whole lot of Myron going on in the crowd. Hiroshima's locked in. He's locked in. I gotta think he wins this one. Lorraine believing in Takanosho because he's a hater. We'll see. Okay, here we go with another big matchup. Kirishima's been hyper locked in. Ready to go. Anonymous Takanosho has a great record against him, 17-8. I think Kirishima's locked in. I think he takes it. He's looking just like a killer right now. But Takanosho has the head-to-head by quite a bit. Won the last 3. Takanosho down and ready. Hiroshima taps and goes. Takanosho pushing Hiroshima back. There's a lot of turning already. Hiroshima at the edge, spinning, grabs the belt of Takanosho. Takanosho spins. Hiroshima goes for the belt again and pushes Takanosho out. Hiroshima 4-0 with a nice win. 5 showdowns of effort. Takanosho spun around there, actually saved himself for a second. That normally doesn't happen. Hiroshima was able to take advantage. Hiroshima off balance, still grabbed the belt, still walked Takanosho out. Hiroshima 4-0. The Yokozuna run continues. Hiroshima looking like a killer. Hiroshima on that peas and carrots right now. Here we go again with the replay. Kirishima dove for the belt there, missed it, and Takanosho was able to push him. Kirishima goes for it again. It works that time. Takanosho spins like it's the Matrix. Kirishima able to punish, gets the final push and pushes Takanosho out. Takanosho was a very able opponent there. Kirishima almost got in trouble. Goes for the belt, misses. Takanosho really fast there, able to punish. But then Kirishima turns, goes for the belt. Takanosho with the spin, tries to spin again. It's too late. Kirishima pushes him out off balance. That was a close one. Kirishima takes it, though. That's all that matters. He's 4-0. Takanosho is 0-4, and I would say undeservedly so, but that's how it goes in sumo.
流れがね、本当に3連勝が前で3人こう負けてきてたんで、もちろんこれ見てるんでね、分かってるわけじゃないですか。ちょっとやっぱね、嫌な流れだったんですけどね。
そういう時はやっぱり土俵に上がる時にちょっと気にしたり。
Now that's the dulcet tones of the singers singing on My Boy coming up next for a tough one. Quad Boobs versus Fujinokawa. If you've been watching me at all, you know who I'm rooting for. Let's get some bullets in the chat. The Bullet, Fujinokawa, 21 years old, 5'10", 267 pounds. Versus Quad Boobs, 2008 years old, 6'2", 395 pounds, 4 boobed. That's all the vitals you need to know. Rest one with split loyalties. Oh, the flying heaven slap would look great. They're 1-1 against each other. Fujinokawa, by the way, if Daisho wasn't the giant killer, Fujinokawa would certainly be it. This guy beats all the Yokozunas and then loses to Magashira 3s. I don't get it. I don't get it, but that's how it works with him. But I feel like Kodazakura is fighting well. I have to favor him, unfortunately, as far as like the head. The heart says Fujinokawa. I know they're 1-1 against each other. I know they're both 2-1. I just feel like Kodazakura is real focused. He's real focused. I think Quad Boobs has dedicated this winner's purse to buy toys for Todd. That slays me every time. Every time he's doing something charitable, it slays me. I should like him. Fujinokawa is the kind of guy you take home. Quad Boob's the kind of guy you marry. That's just how it goes. I'm not here for a good time. Well, I am here for a good time, not a long time. There you go. That won't be on the clip either, so don't worry about it. That's a live viewer only thing. Good amount of banners. I don't think Fujinokawa goes for the Henke here. I want to stop the coming out. Sally Farty, I know, right? Right, you hear the name, everyone says this. They think I'm exaggerating, they think I'm being mean. Maybe I'm being a little mean, but I'm not exaggerating. I am not exaggerating. All right, well. This grandma is having a lovely view for herself. Like I said, I don't think we're going to get a Henke here from Fujinokawa. You would think it would make a little sense for him to do it, but Quad Boobs likes to fight going backwards. I'm not sure he'll overcommit to this. That is how Fujinokawa won it before, though. Quad Boobs was committed to going backwards and fighting backwards, and Fujinokawa just overpowered him on the Tachiai. So maybe he'll come hard at Fujinokawa, and maybe he could Henke him. That is the sumo, you know, back and forth.
野川、昨日一昨日と横綱を破りました。
I don't think I've ever seen Kodazakura do a Henka.
続けています。
All right, this is the big one here. Fujinokawa, the Bullet, one of the smallest wrestlers. Quad boobs, Kodazakura, one of the larger one, trying to keep his Ozeki ranking, needs to have a winning record. They're both 1-1 against each other. Will Fujinokawa go for the Henka? Will he go for There's the strong Tachiai from Fujinokawa. Pushing, quad boobs back. Kodazakura at the edge. Fujinokawa gets pushed down and puts his hand down. Kodazakura takes it. Quad boobs with the win. Fujinokawa couldn't keep his balance. Tried, but just slipped. Put his hand down and loses. Admirable effort from Fujinokawa, but Kodazakura takes it. Pretty decent stack of envelopes for them. Fujinokawa went with a strong Tachiai. Stopped. Quad moves from moving forward at all. Gets him to the edge here. 1 bit for each boob. I'm surprised I had like the default. I'm surprised I had the default like bit thing. I thought I had like special ones for everything. I think that wrestler is like your default bit one. All right, nice win for Quad Boops. Moving on. Big things popping, little things dropping. I'll assure you, 2-1, lost yesterday to Fujinokawa. He will be ready to cream Chirinumi. I assure you, Hoshoryu is locked in. 5-0 all-time for Chirinumi. After a loss to Fujinokawa, Chirinumi is about to get blasted here. It's going to be rough. It's going to be real rough. All right, here, picture this scenario, guys. Hoshoryu is amped up after losing to Fujinokawa. He really wants to beat Chirinumi. Chirinumi has never won against Hoshoryu. 0-5. Hoshoryu is super amped to establish his Yokozuna dominance. And at the start of the match, he goes forward fast, and Chirinumi henkas him. Hoshoryu is usually pretty hard to henka because he's a pretty nimble guy, but Hoshoryu is so excited, so ready to establish himself that he really throws himself into it. And Chirinumi henkas him successfully, slaps him down. The audience yells and then goes silent almost immediately. Imagine that scenario. It could happen. We'll see. We'll see if it's wish casting.
さてコメント欄を見ると落ち着けよう。それからこれは勝たんといかんな横綱。失礼、豊昇龍冷静に。豊昇龍頑張れ。コメント欄に届いている応援のコメントをご紹介いたしました。
Hoshoryu looks locked in.
ポイントつかむ。ここはこういう攻め方、ここはこういう体の寄せ方っていうのを、まあ結構こうねしっかり頭に入ってるとか体がそういう風に反応する。
We got Onosato coming up after this one. The second to last matchup. Onosato versus Gudayama is the last one.
なんですかね。まあ横綱がちょっとこう自分の不利な体勢になった時に結構思い切った。
Still another turn at least. More ceremony ahead.
不利になったとかになるとちょっとこうチラノイも体の寄せ方とかうまいんで、なるほど、危険だなとは思いますけど、まあでも昨日の相撲も見てても、調子はね良さそうなんでね。はい。 本来の力を出せば、まあ、連敗することはないんじゃないかなというふうに思いますね。
豊ノ島さんも豊昇龍とは現役時代対戦ありますよね。
ありますね。はい。
豊昇龍のやっぱりこの手強いところ、強いところっていうのはどういうところですか。
まあ自分やった時は、投げられて負けてるんですけど、
はい、
まあ投げる懐も
Stare down here from Hoshoryu. See if he keeps
投
it.
げとかもやっぱりこう強烈で思い切った投げを
Locks in on Shiranumi.
ただまあ僕ももうね晩年
Watches him go away.
そのなんていうのかまだ
All right, here we go.
バリバリの若い時だったら
That's the final turn.
強引だけどやっぱその強引さがやっぱりこう
Last bit of ceremony.
で投げ
Then Hoshoryu comes out banging, I imagine.
寄せ方うまい力士になってくるとその投げで呼び込んだりとかしてしまうんで、まああの頃はまだ、重量とかでやったのかな。
重量ですね。
ね。
はい。
なんでまだまだ元気な時だったらちょっと体寄せたらいけたかなっていうふうに。
You all would have been wiped out if we had predictions today.
もちろん今はもっとね投げとかも強烈。
Okay, Yokozuna Hoshoryu 5-0 against Shiranumi. He lost yesterday, Hoshoryu did, against Fujinokawa. He'll be looking to dominate Shiranumi. We'll see if it happens.
昨日敗れている横綱豊昇龍。
Shiranumi down. Hoshoryu always makes him wait. There he goes. Taps and goes. Shiranumi going for the belt. Gets turned around. Hoshoryu bats him at the edge, pushing him up. Now Chiranumi's fighting back. Has the belt on Hoshoryu. Hoshoryu turns him, slaps him down. Hoshoryu. A little drama, but takes it. Yokozuna at 3-1. Still in the hunt. Chiranu미 0-6 against Hoshoryu. Still doesn't have a win.
慎重に取ったように見えましたけどどうですか。
そうですね。まあでもまあちょっとこの右回しですかね取られて。
Little drama there, but Hoshoryu took care of it.
突き落としてまあこうタイミングよく突き落としみたいな感じになったんですけど、あれで慌てて強引な投げとかに行ってしまうとまあわからない。
Nice win for Hoshoryu. Just a nice win. Not much to say there.
もうできましたね。
Chiranu미 fought well.
いいとこ。
Hoshoryu had the early advantage. Chiranu미 gets back, gets the belt.
やっぱさすがですね。
Hoshoryu gets him down. Wow. Even with the belt grip, puts him down.
前みつ取り来たって思ったらすぐ横にいなしてね。いいとこ取ってるんですよこれ。
Hoshoryu sometimes does that standing up tachi like he does there.
はい、右に動きました。
Where he doesn't really want to commit to having his belt grab or grabbing the other guy's belt off the tachi. He'd rather kind of just deflect their energy and then play off the bounce.
そのタイミングよく
It's a big part of his style.
足がかかったりしたらやられちゃったり。
Yeah, Hosh was locked in. He was definitely locked in.
こう落ち着けてこう突き落としてる感じ。
All right, final match of the day.
落ち着いてるんですかね。
そう見えましたね。
Onosato has not been convincing this tournament. He got his win, but boy. If Gunoyama ever had a chance to get a gold star, here it is.
を取りました豊昇龍。
He's only 1 out of the last 7 against Onosato, but Onosato has not been looking convincing.
まあでも改めてこうやって場所に東西の横綱がいるっていうのはやっぱりいいですね。
まあそうですね。
先場所はいませんでしたから。
はい。
If Hosh goes down first, it's over for Gunoyama? I don't understand what that means.
今度は大野里の登場です。
やっぱりお客さんもね、土俵入りとかやっぱ見たいですからね。
そうですね。
Oh, you mean if Gunoyama goes... if Onosato goes down first for the Tachiai. Yeah. Yeah, the first 2 days he had looked very uncomfortable and stayed up late.
まあこの IG アリーナにお熱心な方は本当に早くからお越しですけども、やっぱりこの横綱が登場する。
Yep, Hoshoryu is Asashoryu's nephew.
会場に足を運ぶという方が大変多いと思うんですよね。
What are these chickens doing? Chicken and eggs. Delicious.
横綱大野里初日から連敗がありました。心配されていたんですが、昨日その連敗を止めました。これで随分と気持ちが変わったと思います。
It's funny, I was thinking about this a few months ago. End of last year, I was worried that we were just up for an Onosato dominance era. His sumo was so convincing. he was so powerful, so well balanced. I just didn't see how you could beat him. And since then, it's not there at all. Post injury, the balance looks bad. The power looks bad. I thought we were gonna have 5 years of this guy just winning in a boring fashion. He was so fundamental. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be so boring after a few bashos.
反対にですから随分騒がれたんですか。
まあそうですね。一応まあそのこれは終わってからなんですけど、あれだけのね。
You guys think this is Gunayama's time?
はいですね。
History doesn't seem to say so, but man, look at the banners. Gunayama gonna walk away with like $20,000 if he wins it. That's a big bonus for him.
はい。これはもう一人しかいないわけですから当たり前です。はい。横綱白鵬にとって最初にこの与えた金星の相手というのが実は豊ノ島はい。の事実というのは変わることはありません。はい、そうですね。まあ金星は一つなんです。
If I had that banner, I would get in trouble.
2回勝ってるんですけど、はい。まあ本当自分はね2回40回近く対戦して2回しか勝てない。やっぱり強かったなって思うんですけど、1回話をした時に
More banners? It'd be like 40 banners. Like literally, it's going to be like over $20,000 in the envelopes.
まあ偉そうな話になるんですけど、でもそんだけ対戦して2回しか勝てないっていうのはずっと自分も上位にいてやっぱ、すごかったなって思いましたっていう話をしたら、白鵬関が2回しか負けてないのってもっと負けてると思ったって言われたんですよ。なんかそれがすごくね、なんか2回勝ったこと以上のなんか
All right, so was that 30 banners?
嬉しかったですね。そうですか。なんかそういう風な
Still one more turn for these guys.
横綱にもね、思ってもらえたんだっていうのをね。これも自慢話です。はい。すみません、自慢話ばっかりで。
いやでもいい話ですね。
なんか本当にその2回勝ったとか、なんかもっと勝ってることの以上に嬉しかったですね。それだけ数字以上に向こうがね負けてると思ったっていうことなんで、
大きい存在として見ていたってことですね。
So if I were giving my odds here, if I were betting money, if I was the house, I should say, I would probably give this 20 to 25% Gunayama. I'd say 20%, just based on Onosato not looking so good so far this tournament. 25%, I guess. I'll bump it up 5%. But here we go. Chance for Onosato to prove it. Yokozuna Onosato on the right. 1-2. Gunayama 0-3. Only 1-6 against Onosato. He's been looking pretty good, but not so far this basho. Still some good performances. Here we go. Gunayama ready. Onosato not down first. Not down first. What is he doing? Now he's down. Gunayama looking a little nervous. Rocking. There he goes. Getting pushed back. Size difference is quite large. Gunayama. Onosato jumps out. Keeps himself up. Gunayama goes down first. Yokozuna with some hops. Are we getting Mono-E? Mono-E. What could that be? I'll tell you what. The Gyoji and the refs will never rule against Onosato. He's the golden boy. You guys are just doing this to give a little drama. I don't believe it. 1 second. They're not gonna. There's no way on earth they dead body Onosato Yokozuna. No way, guys. No way. It's not possible. Maybe he steps out. Like if he steps out, okay. But I promise you, if he hopped off the ropes here, there is no way they dead body this. Impossible. I think that's a good win for Onosato. He's fighting backwards, true, but what a way to win it. Does his heel touchdown? Nah, that's clean hops. Absolutely. There's Gunayama touching down. I promise you guys they aren't going to call dead body on Onosato. I promise you. Someone get a gif of that. That's actually pretty sweet. Battletoads. What up, Zerakick? All right. We're still talking. What are we talking about? What are we? They're talking to the replay booth. I don't understand what they could be talking about at all. I really don't. Did you guys see anything?
ここのよう方が物言いをつけましたよね。物言いつけたのはこのよう方だったんで、逆になんかもう一番取ってしっかり勝って明日につなげるっていうのも。
Why does Onosato look like a kid in trouble with the principal? He's like, don't look over at me. Don't look over at me.
もちろん勝つっていうのがね、大事なんでしょうけど、ちょっとやっぱ内容もいまいちだったんで、もしもう一番ってなったら。
Yeah, I don't think they'll dead body him.
両者軍配は大野外を有利と見てあげましたが、大野外の体が先に飛んでるのではないかと胸がつき、協議した結果、大野外の体が先に飛んでおり、両者軍配差し違いで。
なんと大野里3敗目です。軍配差し違い。
What? What? They gave it to Gunuyama? I am shocked. I am shocked. Is Gunuyama from Argentina? How is that possible? What? What just happened? What just happened? I mean, Gunuyama with the gold star, good for him, but I don't understand it. Did they dead body Onosato? It's the only, here, we got to replay again. Let's watch it one more time. He doesn't step out. I don't understand what they could be calling other than dead body, and I'm just shocked that they're going to call dead body on the golden boy. What is that? That's the only thing they could call. He's not out. He's not out. Nothing touches down. Could it be the hair? Could it be the hair? I guess it could be the hair. I guess that's got to be it. Wow. They dead bodied him, huh? We'll find out in the news, but man, that's incredible. Okay. What up, Kata? We're going to stick around for some mochi. That's an incredible ending there.
なんかちょっと踏み込みもちょっと受けてっていう感じだったんで、やっぱりいい時と比べたら。
All right, everyone be cool. Be cool. We got a raid target. We're going to stick around for the mochi, but... What an ending.
なんと4日目結びの一番横綱大野里敗れまして3敗目を喫してしまいました。まだなんだかこの場内ざわつきが収まっておりませんが、ではこの後は豊ノ島さんが選ぶ
If you're married or in a relationship, leave now. You have been warmed. All right, a little mochi. Here we go. See you guys tomorrow.
アベマ大相撲ライブ生中継でご覧いただいております。今日は4日目です。技と心で見せる相撲解説、息の極み豊ノ島さんとともにお届けしてまいりました。さあ、それではいろんなことがありましたけど、
4 parks. One vacation that changes everything. Universal Orlando Resort.